I would love to talk about AI right now, and more specifically about spending money on AI. I think people spend too much money on AI nowadays. Even if you are a business, if you are spending hundreds every month on AI, on inference costs, I think you're doing it wrong. I don't think you're doing it right, I'll be honest. Now, of course, it depends on your specific needs as a company, as an individual, as an entrepreneur. You can take everything that I'm going to say and find a case where it doesn't apply and I'm wrong. I'm talking about in general. I'm just talking about a lot of people are doing this where they're spending so much money on inference where when it's not necessary for them to do at all given their workflow. And obviously, I think the biggest culprit of that is Anthropic and their model Opus 4.5. It's an amazing model, but let me tell you, you don't need to use it for everything. Actually, I mean, personally, I use it, of course, but for 20% of what I do. And I think that doesn't just apply to me. I think that applies to everybody. It's the 80-20% rule, because 80% of the work that you're going to do does not require a heavy hitting model like this. You can use it for the implementation, but even if you're implementing a feature every day, that's not something that you need to do. That's not something that will cost you that much. Now, here's the actual reason for that. It's because when you implement a feature with AI, you don't need to use Opus 4.5 for every implementation. You can only use it for the big upgrades or something that's heavy that you actually need it for. But for anything else, you can make a plan with any model, preferably a very good model, like probably a GPT 5.2 X high would be my recommendation. But then for the implementation, if you have a plan and it's something that does not require, it's not like heavy in terms of coding, you can use Composer and Cursor, you can use Grok code. Grok code is crazy. It will just follow the plan, implement everything, and it'll, like, 9 times out of 10, it will do an excellent job of doing exactly what you asked it to. The Anthropic frontier model right now has that kind of spark of magic that takes it to the next level, but it's not necessary 80% of the time. It's necessary 20% of the time, because in the implementation step, most often what you need is something that will just follow basic instructions and print. And please, let's not act like Opus 4.5 gets it right 100% of the time. It doesn't. You are just paying for convenience at this point. You're paying, I don't know, $500, $600 a month in order to never hit limits, because you only want to use Opus 4.5, even for the easy stuff. But you're losing two things. You're losing your money, which is a lot of money every month, and you're also losing the opportunity to work with other models and update your workflow, keep yourself up to date, and gaining experience, because 4.5 is not going to be the best model. It's not going to be the best model in 2026. So what's going to happen is you're going to be used to it, and you're not going to use anything else. You're not going to be adaptable, versatile. So you're kind of robbing yourself from your bank account and from the opportunity to have more experience with just AI models in general, which is the sensible choice. You know what I mean? To me, it's not just about saving cost. It's more a kind of thing that's about the principle. And it's also about staying sharp. I don't want ever to become a cash cow for Anthropic just because they have the best model, and then I'm just like gonna be comfortable giving them like those huge sums of money. I mean, I understand that in the grand scheme of things, it's not such a huge sum of money compared to the money a company can make, but that does not mean that you can just settle for a bad deal and get comfortable with that. I'm not, and I will never be.